on YouTube. D-Rec here with Alliance Swift Gaming Outlet, and I'm bringing you some fresh content, something a little bit different from the card fight news. However, this time around we are doing some Dragon Ball Super news, and we're going to be covering all of the green reveals that came out with, are coming out with Set 4. So if you guys do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content. I'll try and do more Dragon Ball Super content now that it's becoming a bit more accessible in my area. I'm trying to get more actual physical stuff. So once I start getting in more of more cards and stuff like that, I'll be able to do more content, more deck profiles, matches, and stuff like that. But for now, I'll be sticking with the up-to-date Dragon Ball Super news, and I'll be starting that with Set 4. So with Set 4, they're also releasing a new start deck or a structure deck, and it's going to be based around the Namekian stuff, so Piccolo Jr. and all the stuff from King Piccolo arc. And it's going to include a new keyword called Bond, which specifies a certain type of card and a certain number of that type of card. So it could just be plain Jane battle cards, so if you have 2 existing battle cards, it would just be Bond 2. Or if it requires 2 cards with certain attributes, say Namekian, so it would be like 2 Namekian battle cards, that would be Bond 2 Namekian, and that would specify the required cost to, or the required condition for Bond 2 Namekian to be activated. So, starting with the structure deck stuff first, and then moving into the set stuff for green, we'll be covering that in that order. So, starting with the structure deck, looking at the leader card, we have Piccolo Jr., and his skill reads Auto. When he attacks a leader card, draw a card. Pretty standard. And then his awaken ability is if you're at 4 or less life, or you may choose 2 of your energy and then untap them and then flip this card over. So, and then the flip side, Piccolo Jr. Evil Reborn. So his skill reads Auto. When his card attacks, draw a card, and then activate main once per turn. You can pay 1 green and then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and KO it. And then this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Pretty decent as a leader, but again, he's pretty decent. That's all I have to say about that. Moving on to the next card in the deck, we have Indomitable Link Piccolo, and his skill reads Auto. When you play this card, choose up to 1 Son Gohan Adolescence with an energy cost of 3 or less from your deck and add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. On top of the fact that he's a 2-drop for 1 green and has a 0 cost 5k combo power, this works really well with the red Gohan stuff that already exists. So if you know what I'm talking about, the Broken Limit Gohan promo, Mystic Gohan promo, that lets you draw a card or give him double strike. And on top of that, in his traits, Piccolo has Universe 7 in it, so this also works with some of the TOP stuff that came out not too long ago, and could work really well with either blue-green or green-red or mono-green for what already exists. So moving on to the next card, we have Indomitable Link Son Gohan. So this is another card that basically works with it. It's a 3-drop or 1 green with 0 cost 5k combo, and his ability is Auto. When you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it. Pretty standard, single striker, no additional abilities, and he's a Universe 7, so this also works really well with the TOP stuff. Moving along to the next card in the deck, we have Namekian Bond Sayonel. So he's from Universe 6, and he's one of the Universe 6 Namekians that Piccolo and Gohan fight towards the end. And his ability is Auto, Bond 3 Namekian. So you need 3 other Namekians on the field in order to get his auto ability. When you play the card, draw a card, and then you may choose up to 2 cards from your life and add them to your hand. And if you chose to add one or more, you can choose to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So essentially a +3 for 3 with 1 green, and then 0 5k combo, 0 cost 5k combo. And he's Universe 6, so he works with the TOP stuff as well. And the last card in the set is one of the other foils, King Piccolo, Lord of Terror. He's a 5-drop for 2 required green, and he has Double Strike, Permanent Bond 3 Namekian. If you have that condition fulfilled, you can reduce his energy cost in your hand by 2, making him a 3 for 2 green. And then auto, when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and KO it. So essentially the same thing as the flip side of the Piccolo Jr. leader. And he's a 5-drop, so not too bad. I definitely think it's a bit slow, but with future support, I think this might actually be a pretty solid card to play. Moving along to the main set green cards, starting with the first card on the list, we have the Piccolo leader. He is a Universe 7 leader, so he works well with some of the existing TOP stuff. The base side of the Piccolo leader says auto. When he attacks a leader card, draw 1 card, and then when your life is at 4 or less, you may choose 2 of your energy and switch them to active mode, or up to 2 of your energy, and flip this card over. Pretty standard for a pre-awakened side leader. And then his other side is Piccolo, Kami's successor, against the Universe 7. And his skills are Permanent, Bond 2, Namekian. So if you have 2 Namekians in the battle area, he gains critical, and then auto, when he attacks, draw a card, then choose up to 1 Namekian in your battle area, and it gets plus 5k power for the duration of the turn. I think it's a pretty okay leader. I don't think it's great. I think it has potential, but I don't think it's super solid right now, unless someone obviously makes a deck and proves me wrong. But I'm more than happy to wait someone to do that. Moving along, our next card is a leader card, Lord Slug. The Lord Slug leader on his base side says activate main once per turn. Choose a card in your life, add it to your hand. This card gains critical for the duration of the turn. Same thing as the Vegeta leader from set 1. And then his awaken is, if you're at 4 or less life, you can draw 2 and flip this card over. And his awakened side is Lord Slug Gigantified. And his abilities are auto. When he attacks, draw a card, and then activate main once per turn. Place 1 card in your hand in the drop area, and your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and they place it in the drop area, their drop area. So pretty generic hand destruction ability. Could be pretty good. But actually, I think it could be pretty solid, actually. Just because it's a very generic leader. It could work really well with pretty much anything else that's also generic and doesn't have anything leader specific, so it's not bad. The hand destruction ability is pretty neat, but I think he's okay. Next up for cards, the battle cards and extra cards. Our next card is Newfound Power Son Gohan. I'm super happy they made this card because it was definitely needed for green, especially since it has critical, all the better. He is a 1-drop for 1 green, 0 cost 5k combo, and his ability is auto. When he attacks, you can choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. If you do so, this card gains 10,000 power and critical. So combo that in green-red. So if you play green-red veggies, you can play this, and you can throw in Further Destruction Champa. Really easy combo. He becomes a 25k attacker with double strike and crit. Really solid. Next up, we have Power Barrier Piccolo. He's a 2-drop for 1 green with a 0 cost 5k combo, and he has Barrier. He's not a Universe 7 card, so I think he just works generally with the Piccolo Jr. leader. So it would have been great if he was a Namekian / Universe 7. That would have made him really, you've given him more utility. Not made him really good, but it would have given him more utility in a Universe 7 deck. Next up, Reign of Terror King Piccolo. He's a 5-drop for 2 green with a 1 cost for 10,000 combo power, and his abilities are Dual Attack and Activate Main. You can place this card in your drop area, and then choose up to 1 of your energy, switch to active mode, and then you can choose up to 1 Piccolo or Piccolo Jr. with an energy cost of 4 or less from your hand and play it. So, good way to multi-attack, but he is a 5-drop, so he's pretty expensive. Not bad, but not great either. Next up, we have Gift of Power Guru. He's a 1-drop for 1 green. He has a 0 cost 5k combo, and his ability is Activate Main. Once per turn, you can choose 1 of your battle cards, and it gains plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. It's definitely good for the turn you play it, but aside from that, I really think it's just combo fodder, and it's okay. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's pretty okay. The 5k can definitely make a difference in certain situations, so like if you push endgame, this can be really helpful. Next up, we have Nail, the Namekian Ace. He's a 2-drop for 1 green with a 0-cost 5k combo, and his ability is Auto Bond 2. So if you have just 2 other battle cards in the battle area, when he attacks, you can draw a card, and then this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Pretty good. Seems like it could be good in veggies, or anything that has board fill, green, yellow, if that even makes sense. It's okay. He can hit an awoken leader, so it's always a plus. Next up in the set list, we have Kami the Watcher. He is a 3-drop for 1 green with a 0-cost 5k combo, and his abilities are Permanent, Bonded 2, and Namekian. You can reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2, making him essentially a 1-drop for a 1 green drop. And then his auto is when you play him, draw a card. So pretty solid. He's a slightly heftier Goku, the green 2-drop Goku, and it's okay. I still think the bond mechanic needs more barrier in order for it to be good. Otherwise, a lot of stuff is low cost and can easily be affected by things that kill up to a total cost, like Nubiris, Kale, cards like that. Anything that can kill a wide array of small cards really quickly will get around this very fast, unless Namekians get more barrier. So, moving along to the next card on the list, we have Kind-Hearted Namekian Dende. He's a 1-drop for 1 green. He costs 0 for 5k combo, and his auto is when you play this card, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Namekian and add it to your hand, and then shuffle the rest back into your deck. So, solid searcher, that's pretty much it. It's just a solid toolbox card. And it's a 1-drop for 1k power, and he's Namekian. So that kind of helps for the really quick setup for Bond. Moving along, we have Popo, Guardian's Aid. He's a 2-drop for 2 green, 0-cost 5k combo, and his ability is auto. When you attack or combo with this card, if your leader card is green, you can mill up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. So I would see this being played in like some sort of black overwhelm deck, so like green, black, red, or just green, black. It's okay. It's a good mill card, and it works well with black. Next up, Namekian Duo Seonel. So this is the new super combo for Namekians that came out, or is coming out, and it is a Universe 6 trait, so it works with some of the TOP stuff, which is definitely necessary for anything trying to be built around Universe 6 or 7. So his ability is super combo, and then when you combo with him, if your leader card is a green Namekian and your life is at 5 or less, you can draw 1 card and he gains 10,000 combo power for the duration of the turn. Really good for the fact that he's Universe 6, so you can play him with the Piccolo leader, and since the Piccolo leader also has Universe 7 in its trait, anything that requires Universe 7 as a leader works really well. So pretty solid. So moving along to our next card, we have Namekian Duo Purina. So again, another Universe 6 card. He's a 2-drop for 1 green, cost 0 cost for 5k combo, and his ability is Activate Main once per turn. You can choose 1 Namekian from your hand and place it under this card. Then draw 1 card, and this card gains 10,000 power and critical for the duration of the turn. So essentially, it's a net 0 to give him 10,000 power and crit, and you can choose any card. So it doesn't, or you can choose any Namekian card. So if you have like an extra Dende in hand, or anything else that's just really low cost and unessential, you just push it under and boom, it's a 20k attacker with the critical. Works well with, again, green, red, further destruction, etc, etc, etc. Next up, we have Lord Slug, young again. He's a 4-drop for 2 green. He has a 0-cost 5k combo, and his ability is Auto, Bonded 2, Slug's Army. So you need 2 Slug's Army cards in the battle area to get his skill off. When you play this card, if your leader is a Slug's Army, you can choose up to 1 of your Slug's Army in your drop area with an energy cost of 3 or less and play it. And then choose up to 1 of your energy and switch to active mode. This is a pretty solid card, but again, I still think the bond mechanic is pretty lackluster. But the opportunity to board spam with this is very, very prevalent, and I think with the inclusion of more cards that have barrier, I think this would be very, very powerful as an archetype. So, moving along to our next card down the list, we have Lord Slug Return to Form. He's a 2-drop for 1 green. He has a 0-cost 5k combo, and his auto is when you play this card, choose up to 1 Slug's Army from your deck with an energy cost of 4 or less, and add it to your hand. So, not bad. It's a good toolbox card, basically to fetch the one we just talked about, or anything else. Not too bad, but it's okay. Moving along, our next card is Adonic Warrior Angela. Not sure how it's pronounced. I never watched the Lord Slug movie, so don't roast me. I didn't watch the movie. I just know about it. But yeah, her ability, or his ability, I think it's a he. Yeah, it's a he. His ability is critical and auto bond 2 Slug's Army. So if you have 2 other Slug's Army in the battle area, when he attacks, if your leader card is also a Slug's Army, you can choose 1 card from your opponent's hand and they place it in the drop. Or your opponent chooses a card in their hand, they place it in the drop area. And then he's a 3-drop for 1 green, and he has 5,000 combo power for 0 cost. He's not a Namekian, so this wouldn't work in Namekians, obviously. Moving along to our next card, we have Head Honcho Metamacha. He's a 2-drop for 1 green. He has a 0-cost 5k combo, and his ability is auto. When you play this card, if your leader is Slug's Army, you can play 1 meta token. Meta token. Makes a token. Unless there's more stuff that gets revealed that does stuff with tokens, like potentially the SR. If there's an SR for Lord Slug, it could be good, but yeah, it kind of reduces the utility of this card, so I don't really see this card being played. Next up, we have Dark Vassal Tambourine, another King Piccolo arc card. He is a 2-drop for 2 green with a 0-cost 5k combo power and critical. So another King Piccolo Saga card. Demon Clan, so he's pretty generic, but also unsearchable, so he's just a generic crit attacker. Next up, we have Dark Vassal Symbol. Symbol and Tambourine. That's great. He's a 1-drop for 1 green with a 0-cost 5k combo power, and he has blocker. Generic blocker and generic crit striker. So, not too bad. Not too great either. And then we have Dark Vassal Drum. He's a 1-drop for 1 green with 0-cost 5k combo power, and he's a vanilla 10k attacker. So, almost no reason to play him whatsoever. Next up, for extra cards, we have Special Beam Cannon. It's a 1-drop for 1 green, and you may activate it during battle, and if you do, and as long as your leader card is Piccolo, I believe your leader gains 10,000 power for the duration of the turn, and then you choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand and force them to discard it. So, I guess this is really good on defense, so yeah, so if you're on the defense, you play this for 1 green, and you give your Piccolo leader 10,000 power, and you force your opponent to discard a card. So, but it's a good card, good extra card for Piccolo. Next up, we have Planet Namek. It's a field card, and its ability is activate main once per turn. You can pay 1 green and choose a 1 card in your hand and discard it. Then you may look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Namekian with an energy cost of 2 or less from among them, and put it in play. So, discard 1 to pay 1 and discard 1 to play a 2-drop for free. I suppose it could be a net 0 depending on what you get, like if you get Dende or if you get the other 2-drop that searches, or if you're playing Lord Slug, that would work too. So Lord Slug, that would work too. You play the 2-drop to fetch the 4-drop and so on and so forth. Pretty good card for Namekians. Next up, and I believe this is the last card. Yeah, yes, this is the last card of the green that's been revealed so far for set 4. And it is an extra card called Sacrifice. So it's a 1-drop for 1 green, and it is a counter attack negate card. And its permanent is if your leader is a Namekian, when you activate this card's counter, you can choose a card in your life and add it to your hand. By doing so, you can activate its counter without paying the card's cost. So you net 0 and don't pay any green. It's very good. So if someone builds a really solid deck around the Piccolo leader with like U7 or something like that, that could be pretty solid. Like blue, like not blue, green, red, or green, blue. Piccolo would be pretty solid. I think, anyway. It would need some testing, but I definitely think on paper it sounds really good. Just because of what already exists. So that is it for all of the green cards that have been revealed so far. Let me know your thoughts about the cards that have been revealed in the comments below. And I'll be trying to, keep an eye out for more cards as they get revealed in set 4. It is themed around the World Martial Arts Tournament, so we will be seeing some Tien Shinhan. There was that cover picture. I forget what the name of the antagonist is on the cover, but that will also be in the set. You got Jackie Chun, and then you got young Tien Shinhan, potential Chiaotzu, Kid Goku, and just a bunch of other old Dragon Ball stuff. So really looking forward to this set. It looks pretty solid. I am not fond of the fact that it is coming out in 41 days, so from this video anyway, but it's too soon. I definitely think they need to space sets out a little bit more, just because they're coming out too frequently and it's causing too much. It's not so much forcing as it's creating a demand for more cards to be bought in a much shorter amount of time, as if to try and catch up with existing card games, and it's not super healthy, especially when not everyone can afford to do that. Although I will admit this community is pretty diehard for this game, and it is a pretty awesome game to be diehard for, so I wouldn't be surprised if people were willing to throw a ton of money at this game. Not like they already aren't. They are. So but yeah, let me know your thoughts about the green cards revealed so far in the comments below. I will try and do more content as it comes. And in the meantime, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.